do realize I'm Santa, don't you? You. Tell me all the information. Where's the Grinch hiding all the presents?
Why is this dude clapping? I just beat up all of his friends. He's like, woo, Batman! I'm on your side.
It's me, Santa Claus, and I'm here to send Christmas cheer to all the people of the world. I don't know why I sound like a leprechaun. That wasn't the voice I meant to do, but I already did it, so it's too late to change it now.
Enough's enough. Open her up and let me out.
Ooh. I think that was the electric slide right there. It's a good thing they have just like random like bird and like gargoyle statues all over Gotham for no reason indoors. Otherwise, Batman wouldn't be able to do like 99% of his job. Come on. No, stop rolling, dude. What is this, Dark Souls? What button do I press? Alfred, help me.
You still think you could win?
Well, not now that you killed me. Look, I'll make you a deal. This fight is really hard, so how about this? You just go home, and I'll just go home, and then we just never speak about this ever again. When does the Joker show up? He's the guy I really want to fight. Mostly because he probably won't have a stick to beat me with. What am I doing wrong here? I hate this boss fight. I hate this guy. No one even likes Slade. He's a cheap Deadpool knockoff, and everybody knows it.
It's over, Slade.
Na 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 na.
I'm an officer of the law!
Okay. I'm Batman. Nice to meet you. What? All right, step over here real quick. Ready? Ready? Batman doesn't kill people. His explosions kill people. He's just the guy who plants the explosives. You can't blame him. Na 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 na. Ah, the classic fight. Batman versus Batman. Let's see who wins this one.
Shouldn't you be searching your quadrant?
Yeah, shouldn't you be minding your business?
Why? Why's that?
Ain't you heard? Brandon made a deal with Black Mask. They're trying to kill the Bat and collect the bounty.
These are the worst cards I've ever seen.
Wait. Why do you do what you do?
It's Christmas Eve and I have no plans.
Whoa, check it out. There's like $10,000 hiding in this vent right here. Bruce, take it. You could be rich. Wait, hold on.
Ebenezer Scrooge, you must change your ways or you will suffer a horrible fate.
Oh, man. You did a great job. You kicked that ghost's butt, dude. No, guys. That's not the right holiday. It's Christmas. You guys are dressed for, like, Easter. Did you forget?
It's me, the Jingler. And I'm gonna jingle all the way.
Honestly, how do people even live in Gotham? I can't go 5 seconds without finding a bunch of knife-wielding maniacs. Whoa. Whoa, Batman. What you got going on there? Can you settle down? Can you calm down? Okay. That was weird. Let's never talk about that again. Whoa! Batman! What happened to your no-kill rule? You know that guy's not getting up from that. He fell into a spinning fan blade. Come on, Bruce. I thought you were better than that. Rudolph? Are you okay? Just hang in there. Puns. Amanda, there's a dead man over there. Puns are great. How can Batman even float when his cape is so full of holes? He looks like someone attacked him with a cheese grater. What on earth are you doing, Bruce? What on earth is this? This is not how superheroes are supposed to conduct themselves.
Gordon, come in. What's your 20?
I'm in the chapel. We got the Joker.
You caught him. And how did you do that?
I had some help.
From Santa Claus. Merry Christmas, everybody! Wow. You didn't even unwrap that, just dove right in. Good thing it was something edible. All right, my turn. Whoa. A golden PS5. Is this to replace the one that I never got after I won it in the Smash Bros. Battle against that demon I summoned? Where did you even get this? I've been kicking around an idea for a video on winter levels in video games for quite some time now. But then when I sat down and tried to write it, I realized I didn't really have that much to say, actually. Did you know that in Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora and his pets go to Elsa's magic igloo? Did you know about that? Weirdly enough, I kept coming across Yetis while doing research, and ended up with a lot of stuff to say about them instead, so that's what the video is now. Top 8 Yetis in video games. But wait a minute, Yeshio. Some of the creatures on this list aren't technically Yetis. They might be giant white monsters that live in the snow and eat people, but they're not really Yetis. Yeah, except that's what a Yeti is, you nutcracker. So stop nitpicking, or I'm gonna call up Tim Allen and get you a VIP spot on the bad boy list. And you know he's gonna check that thing twice. Skyrim is, at its core, a role-playing game, and what better character to roleplay as for this video than Sinterklaas himself? Pretty much instantly after you start the main quest, you'll be led to scale a mountain to see the crazy old wizards who live there, and I've been told that it's a pretty daunting task, actually.
I'm not certain if I could even make it to the top without collapsing from exhaustion.
Well, either that guy's a total weakling, or Santa's just super duper awesome. Actually, I do know about that second one, can confirm. But either way, it took me about 10 minutes to reach the top, with barely any obstacles. Until... That's a Yeti! Do you see him? Here, let me zoom in. That's him! But if this guy really thinks he can survive a duel to the death with jolly old Christopher C. Kringle and all the Christmas magic he possesses, he is very accurate with his prediction, actually, because I ragdolled in a matter of seconds. But I'm not gonna stand for this. I've got the most powerful force in the Elder Scrolls universe at my hands. Mods! Got him! Actually, that was kind of a letdown considering how long it took to download all those. I miss Pop Tropica, dudes. A point-and-click puzzle platformer with solid puzzles, great variety, plus it was all free to play in browser. Then back in 2020, with the shutdown of Adobe Flash, Pop Tropica was axed as well, causing all 50-something Quest Islands to be exiled to the void. Fortunately, Pop Tropica was remastered on Steam 2 years later with new graphics and sound effects. Unfortunately, the Steam release only includes a handful of the original islands and costs $20 to play. Also, if I'd done like 30 seconds of research, I could have saved my money and just played it for free on coolmathgames.com. And unfortunately, the island that features the Yeti isn't one of the lucky few that got remastered, so instead of recording it myself, I'm downloading all this footage from Think Noodles, the 2010's king of Pop Tropica walkthroughs. Praise be upon him, our holy Pop Tropica Sherpa. May Jeff Kinney look upon him in love. Cryptids Island is all about scouring the earth and finding proof of monsters. The Loch Ness, giant squids, the Jersey Devil, one of those monsters being, predictably, Yetis. The proof we need is actually right out in the open, but the monks who guard it are doing a great job of making sure nobody has any fun at all and won't let us take it. So there goes that. Eventually, though, we do come face to face with the Yeti himself, and after a quick skirmish with some pink-haired lady, we save the Sasquatch and prove once and for all that monsters definitely exist in Pop Tropica. Except everybody already knew that because there's like 4 other islands filled with otherworldly creatures. So yeah, this whole thing was pointless, kind of. But I got a nice medal with the foot on it, so I'd say it all worked out. I am not very good at the Legend of Zelda games. That has nothing to do with what I'm about to say, but it is true. Towards the end of Twilight Princess, you'll find a Hylian just outside the Zora village who claims to have seen a giant snow monster carrying around a fish. Catch the fish, learn the scent, follow it up the mountain, there's a Yeti. And you know what? He's actually a pretty chill guy. Well, he does imply that he would totally eat Wolf Link if given the chance, but aside from that, he's a chill guy. After carefully snowboarding down the mountain, which I failed an embarrassing number of times at, you'll arrive at the 5th dungeon of the game, Snow Peak Ruins. The special item of this dungeon is the ball and chain, which is really heavy when Link holds it, but when he puts it back into his pocket, it's suddenly light as a feather. And I'm not gonna think about it too much because I'll get put on the naughty list for breaking the laws of physics. There's actually 2 Yetis in this dungeon. The first one, who we already met, who hangs out in the kitchen making soup, and his sick wife, who's in dire need of said soup. Soup. I don't like how I say that. Soup. Soup. Soup.
I like to eat soup.
She also marks the location of the soup ingredients on the map for us so we can bring them back and make an A+ meal. Now, I'm not gonna be the guy to bully sick people during the holidays, but isn't it kind of rude to send your house guests to go bring you the wheel of cheese you have locked in the attic? Actually, better question, why do you have cheese locked in your attic? It's totally worth it though, because after you complete the dungeon, you can return at any time to stock up on infinite free soup, which restores a whopping 8 hearts. You also get to race the Yeti down the mountain again as often as you feel like, which actually kind of reminds me of Sonic 06 a little bit. Wait a minute. This game released on the 19th of November. Sonic released on the 14th that same year. I'm not saying anything for certain. I'm just saying things are possible. What, you think you can just walk around Harvest Moon and not get mauled by a Yeti? Well, you think you can just grow crops, chat with your neighbors, and foster a loving and supporting community in a new town and a Yeti's not gonna show up and eat your face off? Well, it turns out you're right, because this is actually the wrong Harvest Moon game. Okay, this one is the right one, right? Yeah, see, there he is. Okay. Yeti! There's actually a neat little Yeti quest line that takes place if you're friends with the scientist Daryl. But I'm just warning you, don't try this unless you have a lot of time on your hands. Step 1, make Daryl like you by giving him a ton of gifts. Of course, Daryl is much too busy to accept free stuff too early in the morning, though. So you'll have to stand awkwardly outside his house until around 1 p.m. to give him a golden fork. Step 2, immediately go to bed and skip to the next day so you can continue giving gifts to the pointiest man of all time. Step 3, rinse and repeat. Eventually, Daryl will really like you and will give you the Seed Maker, which I've heard online is really good for farming. I don't care. I would like to do the Yeti quest now, please. According to the guide on the wiki I've been following, I'm supposed to leave home at around 7, and a cutscene should play where he goes to the pond and runs into the Yeti. Hello? Daryl? You know what, screw it, I don't even care anymore. Then while I was waiting for Daryl to show up, some other bozo appeared and dragged me away to a concert. Looks like everybody made it, so it's time to get this thing started. Okay, does nobody see the Yeti right there? The whole town is staring directly at him while he literally jumps up and down waving his arms. Finally, somebody noticed it. That's it, I'm moving out of here. You know what Yeti kind of sounds like? Jedi. So, that's fun. Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Jedi Mission, Jedi Lightsaber is a really old game. But for some reason, every Star Wars game seems to age like a fine wine. But I'm not here to gush over how cool this game is. I'll maybe save that for another time. What's important to recognize right now is the mission that takes place on the ice planet Hoth. Or is it Hoth? You know what, from now on I'm calling it Planet Shiverstar from the Kirby series. Once you land your starship, mount one of the Tauntauns and ride around a little bit. 'Cause admit it, you want to. Then hop off the Tauntaun and kill it with your lightsaber. 'Cause admit it, you want to. Then head to the end of the passageway and into the icy cave. There it is, the Yeti. Or at least the Star Wars equivalent of one. And just like in the film, the Wampa is surprisingly easy to take care of. Just wait till he grabs you, then chop off his arm. Problem solved. After going through a huge chunk of the base, mowing down somewhere in the ballpark of 1 billion stormtroopers, you'll eventually come face to face with another Wampa. And this one ain't playing around. Because he has the power to make your game crash. Rats. I think it's kind of weird to call a game Crash Tag Team Racing when there isn't actually any racing in it at all. I have nothing against the racing genre, but I do at least think it's a bit of false advertising to name a game after a gameplay element that is absolutely 100% with no margin of error, not actually in the game. Don't put footage of racing on the screen. That debunks everything I'm saying right now. One of the 5 main areas of the theme park is called Tyrannosaurus Rex, with the W, because this is one of those comedy games, you know? Walk past all the dinos until you get to the Ice Age section, and you'll find not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, scratch that, actually, it is 4 Yetis to interact with. That's like 4 times as many Yetis as I was expecting going into. And because Crash's signature trait is being mutilated in horribly hilarious ways, interacting with any one of them will of course get you instantly murdered. I'm gonna be honest, dude. That was kind of a jerk move. I was trying to help you, you cheese. Alright, I know I talked about Spyro not too long ago, but at the risk of being redundant, I have to bring up Bentley from Year of the Dragon. Like most of Spyro's friends, he's been captured by Moneybags the bear, who charges 1,000 gems to set him free. He might look like just a dumb brute at first, but the instant Bentley gets loose, he immediately transforms into the most verbose and eloquent speaker I've ever heard.
The first rejuvenating breath of freedom. With the humility of a wounded sparrow, I genuflect to my noble deliverer.
I have no clue what you just said, but yeah, man, I'm gonna speak my truth.
And since I really can't think of that much else to say about him, I will now pad out this segment by stealing his strategy of speaking in the most wordy way I possibly can. Perhaps the most intellectually compelling instance of this individual taking part in a violent altercation would be a hand-to-hand sparring contest between himself and another member of his species, encouraged to do so by a younger relative referred to as Bartholomew. The altercation is a delight to take part in, although perhaps beyond my talent, as despite the swiftness with which I executed a score of haphazard charges toward my opponent, I was flabbergasted at my inability to vanquish my foe. AKA, the best part is when his little brother Bartholomew gets him into a boxing match with another Yeti, and I spammed every attack at random and lost instantly. One puzzle game that I think not enough people appreciate is My Sims Agents. I know it's not for everyone, but it is for me, and I like it. And if you don't like it, I respect your opinion, but politely disagree. Also, I hope a Yeti comes to your house and eats you. After solving a grand total of 4 neighborhood mysteries, one of which being not even a crime, me and my buddy immediately get hired as secret agents and dispatched to the Himalayas for an investigation. Once we get there, we find out that a local tourist has gone missing, potentially related to our case, and the detectives who are already working on it are none too pleased when I try and help them out, which, frankly, is justified. I'm a brand new secret agent who started like a week ago, has a higher rank than them somehow, and is now stumbling around the ski lodge in a Hawaiian shirt going on about Yetis. Also, my sidekicks are screwing around in the hot tub instead of doing anything productive. I'm not even surprised that we eventually do find a Yeti. I'm more surprised at how dope his house is. I convinced him to come back to the lodge and speak to the detectives there because everyone is pretty sure that he kidnapped a tourist and he should probably clear that up before he gets arrested. But don't worry, man, I got your back. If they try anything, I'll cut him. Yeah, you're under arrest. Dang it! Now it turns into a Phoenix Wright courtroom scene where we prove the Yeti's innocence and pin the blame on the guy accusing him. Good thing I've spent the past half hour searching through everybody's luggage and breaking into buildings, otherwise I wouldn't have all this evidence to present. And my reward for solving the case? Worth it.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a winning game of Rocket League.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know how I just did that.
On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 plumber bros. If you're not playing it, you're gonna turn into a Goomba. And a winning game of Rocket League. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 Triforce pieces.
Does anyone actually understand how that thing works? Cause I still don't.
2 plumber bros and a winning game of Rocket League. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 colored ghosts.
What the heck? Pac-Man, what did they do to you?
3 Triforce pieces, 2 plumber bros, and a winning game of Rocket League. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden letters.
I can do a kickflip, by the way, guys. I just don't feel like it right now.
4 colored ghosts, 3 Triforce pieces, 2 plumber bros, and a winning game of Rocket League. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 human souls.
Do you really need yours? Let me use it to escape. Pretty please?
5 golden letters, 4 colored ghosts, 3 Triforce pieces, 2 plumber bros, and a winning game of Rocket League. On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 Chaos Emeralds. Well, golly gee whiz, friends, where is that 4th one? 6 human souls, 5 golden letters, 4 colored ghosts, 3 Triforce pieces, 2 plumber bros, and a winning game of Rocket League. On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 Poke Badges.
I had to burn so many small animals to death to get these.
7 Chaos Emeralds, 6 human souls, 5 golden letters, 4 colored ghosts, 3 Triforce pieces, 2 plumber bros, and a winning game of Rocket League. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 Mystic Realms.
Asgard, Vanaheim, Gondor, Narnia. Wait.
8 Poke Badges, 7 Chaos Emeralds, 6 human souls, 5 golden letters, 4 colored ghosts, 3 Triforce pieces, 2 plumber bros, and a winning game of Rocket League. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 Animals Crossing.
I don't want this one. I want Rolled.
9 Mystic Realms, 8 Poke Badges, 7 Chaos Emeralds, 6 human souls, 5 golden letters, 4 colored ghosts, 3 Triforce pieces, 2 plumber bros, and a winning game of Rocket League. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 things.
Look, there's not that much that comes in groups of 11, okay? I'm trying my best.
10 Animals Crossing, 9 Mystic Realms, 8 Poke Badges, 7 Chaos Emeralds, 6 Human Souls, 5 Golden Letters, 4 Colored Ghosts, 3 Triforce Pieces, 2 Plumber Bros, and a winning game of Rocket League. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 Eyes of Ender.
Somewhere out there are 6 blind Endermen. Are you happy with yourself?
11, 7 out of 10 Animals Crossing, 9 Mystic Realms, 8 Poke Badges, 7 Chaos Emeralds, 6 Human Souls, 5 Golden Rings, letters, 4 Colored Ghosts, 3 Triforce Pieces, 2 Plumber Bros, and a winning game of Rocket League. Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy New Year.